Super Bowl Sunday, a day for football parties and Kanye West? This year, the rapper, designer, and walking headline generator decided to make his presence known in the most shocking way possible. Forget the halftime show, Kanye had his own game plan. He dropped a Super Bowl ad, a move that seemed normal at first, but this was no ordinary commercial. It was a direct line to controversy. The ad itself was simple, almost stark. It featured a single URL, Yeezy.com. For those familiar with Kanye's fashion ventures, it seemed like a harmless plug for his Yeezy brand. Fans assumed they'd see the latest sneakers or clothing line, but what awaited them was far more sinister. Clicking the link led to a bare-bones website. No flashy graphics, no models, no sales pitches, just a plain white t-shirt with a black swastika emblazoned on the front. The price? A mere $20. Social media exploded. Was this a sick joke? A publicity stunt gone wrong? No one knew what to make of it. One thing was clear. Kanye West once again had the world's attention, and he'd gotten it by stirring up a hornet's nest of controversy. The swastika t-shirt wasn't just a product, it was a grenade thrown into the public square. The symbol, forever linked to Nazi Germany and the horrors of the Holocaust, is one of hate and intolerance. For Kanye to not only use it but to profit from it felt like a slap in the face to many. This wasn't Kanye's first brush with anti-Semitic remarks. In recent months, he'd made disturbing statements, even expressing admiration for Hitler. But the t-shirt felt different. It was a tangible item, a symbol of hate being peddled as merchandise. Adding fuel to the fire, Kanye took to social media. In a rambling, now-deleted post, he defended the swastika, claiming he wanted to reclaim the symbol. He argued it had been hijacked by hate groups and that it originally represented something positive. His words rang hollow. The swastika, in the context of his t-shirt and recent rhetoric, could only be interpreted as a symbol of hate. The backlash was swift and severe. Celebrities, politicians, and human rights organizations condemned Kanye's actions. As if the swastika t-shirt wasn't enough, Kanye also decided to reignite an old feud. During the Super Bowl halftime show, Taylor Swift made a surprise appearance, singing along to Kendrick Lamar's performance. It seemed like a harmless moment of pop star camaraderie. Kanye, however, saw it as an opportunity to lash out. He took to social media, accusing Swift of being a pawn in a larger conspiracy. He claimed that her appearance during Lamar's performance of Not Like Us was a direct attack on Drake, with Swift being used by white people and Jews. The accusations were baseless, lacking any evidence or logic. This wasn't the first time Kanye had targeted Swift. Their history went back to the infamous 2009 MTV Video Music Awards, where Kanye interrupted Swift's acceptance speech. The incident sparked a years-long feud, with both artists trading barbs through their music and public statements. But this time felt different. Kanye's accusations against Swift were laced with paranoia and bigotry, further tarnishing his reputation and alienating even his most ardent supporters. Free Puff and a strange partnership. While the world reeled from the swastika t-shirt and the Taylor Swift attack, Kanye continued his string of bizarre behavior. He launched a Free Puff campaign advocating for the release of Sean Diddy Combs. Combs was incarcerated on charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, allegations he vehemently denied. Kanye's support for Combs, while unexpected, wasn't entirely out of character. He'd often used his platform to champion causes and individuals he believed in. But the timing of his Free Puff campaign, amidst his other controversies, made it seem like another attention-grabbing stunt. To further complicate matters, Kanye announced a collaboration between his Yeezy brand and Combs' Sean John clothing line. He pledged to split the profits with Combs, a gesture that seemed generous on the surface. However, he later backtracked, stating he'd send Combs' share to Justin due to legal complications with Combs being incarcerated. The entire episode, from the Free Puff campaign to the Sean John collaboration and the confusing profit-sharing scheme, felt like a bizarre fever dream. It was yet another example of Kanye's erratic behavior and questionable decision-making. A history of controversy. The events of this Super Bowl Sunday, shocking as they were, didn't happen in a vacuum. Kanye West had a long and storied history of courting controversy. From his infamous interruption of Taylor Swift at the VMAs, to his more recent outbursts on social media, Kanye seemed to thrive on pushing boundaries and provoking reactions. In recent years, his behavior had taken a darker turn. He'd made numerous anti-Semitic remarks, expressed admiration for Hitler, and even worn a White Lives Matter shirt during Paris Fashion Week. These actions led to widespread condemnation and the loss of lucrative business partnerships, including his highly publicized deal with Adidas. Yet, despite the backlash, Kanye remained defiant. He seemed to revel in his role as a provocateur, using his platform to espouse increasingly extreme views. It was a far cry from the artist who once urged us to listen to the kids and challenged racial stereotypes in his music. Billionaire No More? Kanye's controversial behavior wasn't just a public relations nightmare, it had real-world consequences. Once a billionaire thanks to his successful music career and Yeezy fashion line, his net worth had taken a significant hit. Forbes, which had previously estimated his wealth at over $1 billion, downgraded his net worth to $400 million following the loss of his Adidas deal. The Adidas partnership, which had propelled Yeezy to new heights, dissolved in the wake of Kanye's anti-Semitic remarks. Other brands followed suit, distancing themselves from the disgraced rapper and designer. It seemed that Kanye's penchant for controversy had finally caught up with him, costing him both money and reputation. Despite the financial setbacks, Kanye remained defiant. He continued to lash out at his critics, claiming he was being silenced and that his views were being misrepresented. It remained to be seen whether he could salvage his career and rebuild his brand, or if his descent into controversy would continue unabated. Autism, Outrage, and Unanswered Questions. In the aftermath of the Swastika t-shirt scandal, Kanye revealed that he had recently been diagnosed with autism. He claimed that his condition contributed to his sometimes erratic behavior and that he'd stopped taking medication for a previous bipolar diagnosis. The revelation sparked a mixed reaction. Some expressed sympathy, acknowledging the challenges of living with autism and mental health issues. Others questioned the timing of the announcement, wondering if Kanye was using his diagnosis as a shield to deflect criticism of his actions. Regardless of the reasons behind Kanye's revelation, it raised important questions about how we, as a society, address mental health and hold individuals accountable for their words and actions. It also highlighted the complexities of Kanye's persona, a man who could be both brilliant and deeply flawed, capable of inspiring millions while simultaneously alienating them with his behavior. As the dust settled on yet another Kanye West controversy, one thing was clear: the world would be talking about him for a long time to come. Remember to like and subscribe for more updates on this story and other trending topics.